Hi, everybody.
Hello, friends. It's Wednesday of Holy Week here, which is April 9th.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's
We
the
are
8th.
losing track of the days. Anyway, Stace and I were just in the kitchen reflecting on, isn't it fascinating that we're here in Holy Week during such an uncertain time?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gathering,
Right.
except by online things, which is not quite the same. Helpful, but not quite the same. And it's such a time of uncertainty right now. We don't know how long it's going to take to get this virus reined in, right? We don't know what summer's going to be like. We don't know what the economy is going to do.
Yeah,
right?
we don't know much.
We don't. And I actually think God is in that uncertainty, as we mentioned earlier in these little posts. But what I was thinking of was like Holy Week was also a time of enormous uncertainty. The disciples thought Jesus was going to do one thing. They thought they were kind of expecting a military king to come in and
Right. Victorious, triumphant.
Right.
Take
overthrow
over.
Rome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and establish the kingdom now, right? Is it now? The disciples said, is it now that you're going to
Right.
establish the kingdom? And instead, wait, he gets arrested, and then, wait, we're now running from the law, and it was a time of uncertainty for them too.
Right. Yeah.
And that I think that we can draw a real richness from that for ourselves this week, because it is a time for us to ask, where are our hopes? Because what Jesus had been saying to them and preaching to them and teaching them, if you joined us on our Zoom, we did a big Zoom thing through Ransom Park yesterday, and we're going to do another one next Tuesday. I was talking about all things new and the promise in Matthew 19, where Jesus refers to the palingenesia, the renewal of all things. He says, I tell you the truth, at the renewal of all things, when the Son of Man sits on his glorious throne, I will restore everything.
Yes, God.
And then he's killed and he's buried, and they're like, what? And then there's Easter. And Easter morning, he walks out as the illustration of this is what I've been trying to tell you, right? It's this, and it's Jesus. He's back and he's restored, and he begins the great restoration. And we're living at a time of incredible uncertainty, but we are also waiting for the great restoration. And the things that we are in right now really could be the beginning of the birth pains that Matthew records in Matthew 24 that Jesus talks about. But what I wanted to read today was from Hebrews chapter 6, verse 19. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. It enters the inner sanctuary behind the curtain where Jesus, who went before us, has entered on our behalf. We have this hope as an anchor of the soul.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering, where is your hope these days? How is your hope these days? This shaking that we're in, and it's ongoing, like each week, it's just a little harder on humanity. Nobody was meant to live in house arrest. Nobody was meant to live in quarantine, and missing human touch and missing your job and missing your friends and missing a church gathering this week. Like, dang, in this uncertainty, God is raising things in us. And one of the things he's raising is where are our hopes?
Right.
Right?
I really love that this whole week, actually, because, part of the remembrance of this week is entering in and imagining if we were there in this moment. And here we are in this moment.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we can enter in more.
Yeah.
Through it and just be asking ourselves, right, where are my hopes right now? I'm a little embarrassed, like where mine are, ooh, will the store still have my favorite crackers? Really? Wow, oh gosh, I hope this, stay at home, shelter where you are thing gets lifted really soon so I can go fish again. You know, those are good things. Those
Yeah.
aren't bad things,
Right.
but it's
But
not the anchor.
ultimate hope.
It's not the anchor of the soul.
Yeah.
And I think everybody's soul needs an anchor right now. And the other thing about this is, like Peter says, be ready to give a defense when
the
people
hope.
ask you
Yeah, for the hope that's within you.
for the hope that's within you. And I think our neighbors are supposed to see, hey, what's with you? You seem really relaxed right now. You don't seem fearful at all.
Right.
And you go, oh, that's because, let me tell you about an anchor for your soul.
Yeah.
And the anchor of the soul is not the next news report, and it's not the head of your country, wherever you are, and it's not even our ability to gather. That's not the anchor of the soul. The anchor of the soul is the promise of the restoration of all things, which is so close. And I love it that it's spring while this is all happening. I think there's a particular mercy to that.
Yeah.
Those of us who live in colder climes, like the grass is greening up and the buds are beginning to come out on the
Our
trees.
daffodils are starting to poke their heads
Yeah,
up.
they are. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, come.
It's really nice.
It's so kind of God,
Mm-hmm.
like, because the promise that he wove into the earth is right around us now. And you can see it, you know, if you're in Atlanta, it's the azaleas. If you're in Portland, it's the dogwoods, you know, wherever you are. Like, oh, there it is. There are the bluebonnets in Texas. Like it's the promise of the restoration. That's the anchor of my soul, is God is about, he's going to shake things and then he's going to restore everyone who puts their life in his hands and everything that they hold dear. He's going to restore it. So it just feels really lovely that we're in spring, but we're also in this shaking. And it seems like a good time to reorient all of us back to the anchor of the soul.
Jesus.
Yep. And his coming.
Yes.
And the restoration that comes with it.
Woohoo.
Okay.
No, wait.
Wait.
Tomorrow is Holy Thursday or Maundy Thursday.
Yes, right.
And I would actually love to virtually share communion with you. So we're going to have elements here, and I'd love for you to get it ready, or you can pause it in the video to go get whatever you have. It doesn't have to be bread and wine. It could be chocolate and grape, whatever.
Whatever you got.
Whatever you got. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that, and bless you.
Bless
bless
you.
you in your hope.
Yeah. See you tomorrow.